Hey Void, can you survive 1,000 mosquito bites?
So, could you survive 1,000 mosquito bites all at once? It sounds like a question from a particularly bad dream, or maybe a really misguided dare. Your immediate gut reaction is probably, no way they'd drain you dry. And that's a terrifying image. 1,000 tiny vampires, leaving you a pale, empty husk. But here's the first weird thing. That's probably not what would kill you. Let's do the math on blood loss, because that's the obvious fear. An average mosquito takes a tiny, tiny amount of blood. We're talking about 0.001 to zero point zero 0.01 milliliters per bite. It's a barely visible droplet. Now, multiply that by 1,000. The high end of that estimate gives you about 10 milliliters of blood lost, maybe up to 100 milliliters if they're all really thirsty. That's not that much. It's between 2 teaspoons and a small cup. You donate more at a blood drive and walk out feeling fine. So, the sheer volume of blood. Annoying but not life-threatening for a healthy adult. You wouldn't bleed out. You'd just be really, really itchy. And that itch. That's where the real problem starts. Because a mosquito bite isn't just a tiny straw sucking your blood, it's an injection. When a mosquito bites you, it's not just taking, it's giving. To keep your blood flowing, it spits a cocktail of proteins and anticoagulants into your skin. Your immune system sees this foreign gunk and declares a tiny, local war. It sends histamines to the site, which causes the swelling, the redness, and the maddening itch. One of these tiny battles is no big deal. 100 would be miserable, but 1,000. Now your body is fighting 1,000 simultaneous biological skirmishes across its entire surface. The sheer scale of the invasion changes everything. Your immune system might go from local defense to full-scale systemic panic. This is a condition called Mosquito syndrome, just taken to an absurd extreme. It's a severe allergic reaction to mosquito saliva. With 1,000 bites, you're not looking at 1,000 itchy bumps. You're looking at a massive whole-body inflammatory response. Fever, severe swelling, maybe to the point of closing your eyes or making it hard to breathe. Hives, blisters. Your body is essentially poisoning itself in its desperate attempt to fight off what it sees as a massive invasion. And in the worst case, that panic can tip over into anaphylaxis. Your blood pressure plummets, your airways swell shut. So, the answer to whether you could survive the physical trauma of 1,000 bites starts to look grim, not because of the blood you lost, but because of the war your own body started. But, realistically, you'd probably be seeking serious medical help long before that point. Let's keep going anyway, because there's another, even darker layer to this, the disease wildcard. We've been talking about 1,000 bites from 1,000 clean, sterile mosquitoes in a lab, but that's not the real world. In the real world, mosquitoes are the deadliest animal to humans, not because of their bite, but because of what they can carry in it. Malaria, dengue, Zika, West Nile, yellow fever. Think of each bite not just as an attack, but as a ticket in a very bad lottery. The chance that any single mosquito is carrying something deadly might be low, but 1,000 tickets, the odds shift dramatically. In an area where these diseases are present, 1,000 bites don't just mean 1,000 irritations. They mean a near statistical certainty of infection by times something. Suddenly, the question changes. It's no longer, can you survive the bites? It's, can you survive the 1,000 separate chances to contract a potentially fatal illness? And the answer, in many parts of our planet, becomes a quiet and definitive no. So, can you survive 1,000 mosquito bites? If we're talking just the physical act, the blood loss, and the venom, maybe. With immediate and massive medical intervention to suppress your own immune system's freakout, you might pull through. But can you survive 1,000 times mosquitoes? That's a different question. One where your survival is no longer about toughness or willpower. It's about biology, probability, and a roll of the dice you never agreed to. It turns the world's most annoying insect into something else. A reminder that sometimes the greatest threat isn't in the scale of the attack, but in the invisible things hitching a ride. And that our own furious defense might be the thing that does us in.